In the wake of the Broncos' 5th loss of the season, the team is having to face some facts. A part of that reality check is the recognition that this team isn't anywhere close to good enough to compete for a playoff spot, which makes the prospect of trading veterans in a contract year all the more alluring and logical. If a vet is in the final year of his contract and the Broncos brass don't see that player as a part of the picture in 2020 and beyond, it makes sense to listen to offers. And with each loss that piles up, the Broncos' chances at the playoffs diminish. Per ESPN's Adam Schefter, the Broncos are expected to be open to listening to trade offers, especially for veteran wideout Emmanuel Sanders. Not only is Sanders highly paid and in the final year of his contract, but the 32-year-old receiver is also the epitome of disgruntled. Following Denver's 30-6 debacle of a loss to Kansas City, Sanders abandoned all pretenses and filters, throwing Broncos offensive coordinator Rich Scangarello under the bus. Sanders said, quote, "We've got to make the plays. We've got to call better plays, obviously, and we've got to make the plays," close quote. At the very least, it doesn't sound like Sanders and Scangarello are on the same page, and at worst, there could be a significant rift between star receiver and offensive play caller. It's rare to see an NFL veteran call out a coordinator publicly, and don't think the Broncos didn't notice. If the phone rings at Dove Valley and the offer is for a third-round pick, that's a deal GM John Elway is likely to take. Anything less, like a mid-rounder or conditional draft pick, is unlikely to move the needle for Elway, as the Broncos are likely to get at least a 2021 third-round compensatory pick when Sanders walks in free agency next spring. While Elway went on record a week ago, ahead of Week 6, saying that the Broncos aren't looking to trade anyone, that was on the heels of 2 straight wins and some positive momentum. Thursday night's loss to the Chiefs was so bad, so embarrassing, even the eternal optimist that is John Elway has to face the fact that this team is far from returning to the playoffs, especially with one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the NFL, a first-time offensive play caller, and a first-time head coach, to say nothing of the roster holes on the offensive line and the rash of injuries the Broncos have suffered in the secondary. It would appear Emmanuel Sanders wants out of Denver. Don't be surprised if John Elway finds a way to oblige him sometime between now and the October 29th trade deadline. Keep an eye on New England and San Francisco as frontrunners for the Sanders sweepstakes. For Mile High Huddle and Sports Illustrated, I'm Chad Jensen.